today I wanted to make a video mostly about anxiety and depression. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because lately I've actually been dealing with a lot of these two things. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression as well when I was, I believe, 14 or 15 years old. It's something that I have struggled with, and making the transition into college has been a little bit difficult for me. And although it has been difficult, I have tried to push through, and I am pushing through. And so I thought maybe I would share this with the ASMR community, because I know how loving and accepting you all are. And I just want to say to all the ASMRists out there and just everyone in this community, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for the comfort that you've provided me over this last couple of years when I first discovered ASMR. And I wanted to see if maybe I could offer a few words of comfort for those of you who may be having a hard time lately, or maybe have some issues with anxiety or depression from time to time. So I wanted to make a video that maybe you could come back to when you need just some words of encouragement or understanding. So first of all, I want to say, if you do have anxiety, and I think everyone has anxiety at some point, but specifically I'm talking about right now, if you do have anxiety disorder or you do have depression, I want you to know that that does not make you abnormal. That does not make you a freak. That doesn't make you weird. It doesn't make you anything bad. There are plenty of people out there who share this struggle with you. And you need to know right off the bat that this video is definitely not a cure to your anxiety or depression. I'm not obviously a licensed therapist of any kind, but I'm someone who is speaking from experience. And I want you to know that I know how hard it gets. I know what it feels like. And I want you to know that you're not alone, and that you can get through it. And although it may not seem like, sometimes it may not seem like there's anything in this world that can make you feel better. There is. Sometimes you just have to get through it. Sometimes you just have to let yourself feel that anxiety, let yourself feel the depression, because that's what it is. It's a mental disorder that can be treated and can be coped with. So from time to time, you're going to have to feel it. You're going to have to feel, and you're going to have to get through it. That's the one thing that you need to know. And you can do it. You are capable of it. If I can do it, I know you can too. So the first thing I wanted to do is, I am actually a big fan of sort of new agey stuff, and I'm a big believer in angels. And so I do have a couple of stacks here with me of angel cards. And the first one I have are these right here. These are Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And these are absolutely fantastic. And I feel like I need just some words of encouragement, maybe from, a higher power. And if you don't believe in a higher power, that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I will include plenty of tips for you as well. Just some, general practical tips that can help you deal with your anxiety and your depression. And of course, I will give everyone encouragement, because everyone deserves encouragement and comfort. But nevertheless, I do enjoy these cards quite a bit, and I turn to them a lot of the time when I just need just a little something from what I believe is just a spiritual guide. And so I'll open them up, and I'll scan through them, and I'll pick the ones I'm drawn to, And a lot of the time they bring me a lot of comfort and help, and they just kind of answer some of the questions I can't find answers for anywhere else. So these are those, and I also have with me these Indigo Angel Oracle cards. I really love these, and not everyone, of course, is an indigo. And if you don't know what that is, I'm not the best at explaining what it is, but if you just look up indigo, child or adult, I think, online, and you can find exactly what it is. A pretty good explanation. Oh, and one more thing. In the background you may hear the fan going. It is a box fan. My roommate and I are absolutely obsessed with white noise, and we have to have it going if we're gonna lay down to take a nap or to go to sleep at night. It's just something soothing. It really soothes us. And I apologize if you are not into white noise. Of course, you don't have to listen to this video. We'll obviously upload more without the white noise, but that's just something I thought maybe I could try out, have in the background. So you may be able to hear, it's right over there. You may be able to hear that. So what I want to do now is, the other day I was just feeling a little bit down. School has gotten a little bit to a stressful extent, and for those of you who are in college, you know that it gets, you may, if you don't know exactly what you want to do as soon as you get into college, which most people don't, and that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that, and you will figure it out. You have your, what I like to call a major break, like a major crisis, major breakdown. I have been second guessing what major I'm in, and in the process of changing it, and particularly one course that gets me is music theory. And I had a thing where my anxiety sometimes will cause me to stay up at night and worry, and this particular night I was not able to go to sleep, and I slept right through my alarm. And normally that would be okay because we do have plenty of absences in that class because it's at 8 a.m. The professor is very understanding. But this particular occasion, I slept through the day that we had a test. And unfortunately, he was not understanding about this, which is fine. That's fine. You know, it's completely my fault, and I do take responsibility for it. But I was just feeling really down, and you know, you get an F on the test if you miss it. And so that's what happened. And I was feeling really down, and I had to turn to something to cheer me up and to give me some encouragement, to make me feel better. And so I pulled out my angel cards. And I have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of these. And I just thought that the angels really hit home for what I was dealing with. And that's obviously not the only thing that I'm dealing with in your daily life. It's just one thing, but they gave me some really, really good, I don't know if I would say advice. I'll just say words of encouragement. And I wanted to share this with you all because I feel like if anyone out there is just dealing with feeling maybe a little bit inferior, or feeling like you're not good enough, or feeling like you're weak, or your anxiety or your depression is just becoming overwhelming, or you're just having a tough time right now, I feel like these words that the angels kind of gave me will be somewhat hopefully helpful to some of you out there. So what I want to do is I just want to read you a few of them, you'll know at that point what the angels told me, and maybe you can relate as well, and maybe these words could help you as well. So the first one I got was strength, and this one was my favorite one. And as you can see, some beautiful artwork. It's absolutely beautiful. And this card says, strength, great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So this one was it hit home. And what I did was I took each card that I drew, and I just wrote down some of the main points that came up and some of the things that really hit home and really seemed like something I wanted to remember and come back to in the week. And so I have in my notebook here, which I'm going to read to you, just some of the main things that stuck out to me in the booklet, because actually it does come with a booklet. So I just looked this card up in the booklet, and it gives you a little bit more than what it says on the card. So I'll read you some of my notes that I wrote down. So I put strength. I put stronger than I realize. And if you can relate, I'm sure plenty of people can relate. Sometimes when we have moments of weakness, we doubt ourselves. We don't think that we're strong. We think that because we have a moment of weakness, it makes us completely weak. And what I'm trying to remember is everyone has their moments of weakness. It's part of being human. You are stronger than you realize. You are stronger than you realize. And to internalize that message can bring you just an unspeakable amount of confidence and comfort, knowing and acknowledging the fact that although you may not always be strong, you may have moments of weakness. That's okay, because you're human and you still are strong. You still carry on, although you do have those moments of weakness. You get back up and you keep going. You know what's best for yourself. So that's what I put first. And then I put, you definitely can handle the situation. Sometimes when we have something happen to us, we think in the moment, oh my gosh, I can't come back from this. I can't recover from this. I can't fix this. But the truth is that you have the power to fix anything you want that you don't like. If something happens to you, it's not always your fault. And if it is your fault, it's okay. You make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. And it serves you no purpose to beat yourself up about it over and over and over again. You take responsibility, and then you let the situation go. You come back to a place where, how can I put this? You come back to a place where you feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself and you're confident and you're forgiving of yourself and others, you can fix situations that went wrong, that within your power. Not everything is within your power. Some things you just have to let go. Another interesting thing that came up with this card is it said no powering through the situation. If you're like me, a lot of times I will put things to the back of my mind and I'll just push through. And while sometimes that's okay, and sometimes that's what you have to do to get by, to get what you need to get done. Sometimes it's best to handle the situation gently, with more love, more compassion. Approach it gently. Be gentle on the people who are involved in the situation, if there are. Be gentle on yourself. Sometimes you can benefit from taking a more gentler approach to something than just powering through. So, let's see. Believe in the ability to grow from your experiences in your life. All the experiences in your life are not going to be pleasant. Not everything's going to be pleasant. And the reason for that is because dealing with things that aren't easy, dealing with things that cause us discomfort, dealing with situations that we just don't like is part of growing as a person. It's how you react to those things that make you the person you are. So if something bad happens, don't internalize it and beat yourself up about it. Just know that it happened, it's over, and you're going to grow from it. One way or another, if you handle the situation right, you understand that you will grow from it, then you will feel much better. Okay, now after that long explanation, now I'm going to show you the next one. And this one is 7 of Fire. And 7 of Fire says, defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. And this one is a great one. And of course, I have a few things written down about it as well. And what I put down about this one is to have courage. If you do deal with anxiety, you know that a big part of anxiety is fear of being scared. Maybe when you're having a panic attack, most of the attack is being caused by being just scared, just being fearful. If you're in a situation in life that you know you need to take care of, or you need to be a part of, maybe that fear holds you back from doing what you know you need to do or what you want to do. And so, mainly for that reason, I wrote down what I got from this card was to have courage. It's hard sometimes, it is, and I understand that. That's part of life. But what I like to imagine is, how long do we really have on this earth? In retrospect, it's a very short time. Is it worth it to spend so much of it just being scared, being fearful? Although it happens sometimes, and you have to let that go. You have to understand that once again you are human. It's best to try as much as you can to have courage, to find it in yourself, to go forth and do this that you're afraid of. So what I say to myself is, like I said, you don't have much time on this earth. I hate to use this term, but YOLO. You really only live once in this body, in this life. I know that you don't want to spend it being scared and missing out on opportunities that you would love to be a part of, just because you're just fearful, overcome with fear. So imagine that. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes and say, say this to yourself. Say exactly what I just said. And say, I can do this. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. This is worth it. I'm going to gain something from this. Something going to happen in this moment that changes my life, that offers me some sense of comfort or opportunity. Say that to yourself and then go forth and just do it. Just do it. You can do it. And I believe in you. And if you ever need someone to talk about, if you ever need someone to talk to about things like this, or just anything that's bothering you, just send me a message. Your privacy is very important to me. No one will know what you tell me. If you ever just need someone to talk to, just send me a message. You're more than welcome to. So that's, let's see what else I put on here. Oh, the next thing, learning to say no. Learning to say no, that's sometimes a hard thing. I know that I have trouble saying no sometimes, even though I know that it would be best for me. For instance, my friends, sometimes want me to go out with them, and it'll be really late at night, and I have that 8 a.m. class that I've got to have at least a good solid 8 hours or 9 hours for. Have the confidence and the love for yourself to say no when it comes to doing what's best for you, for your body, for your mind. Don't be ashamed of saying no if you have to. If you have to say no because you need that 8 hours of sleep, or you've got to get that homework done, or you just need some alone time, say no. Say no. It's okay. And then next, self-confidence, which has a lot also to do with courage and learning to say no, all that stuff. Confidence. We all have things we don't like about ourselves. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't say to yourself, they won't like me, I'm different, I'm weird. Number one, different and weird are totally cool in my book, okay? Totally cool in my book. And if they're worth being friends with or worth knowing, they'll love you just the way you are. So have confidence in yourself. You will not be able to conquer these problems if you don't first know that you are so worth being on this earth. You are so worth breathing this air. You are a good person, and you have to believe that you're a good person, and you have to acknowledge the wonderful things that you offer to this world and to the people around you. You have to acknowledge this. Once you have at least some of this confidence about yourself, you will open so many doors, and you will accomplish so much. So try to work on your self-confidence if you are struggling with it right now. Try to build that foundation. Self-confidence is that foundation. And then we have next, Queen of Air. Queen of Air says, objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. And let's see what I have for this. It says, decision-making skills are needed now. Remove anything or anyone from your life that no longer serves purpose. And this is something that I definitely struggle with. It can be hard to something or someone from your life that you're so used to. And by used to, I mean if someone is treating you badly, you need to know that you don't deserve it, and that it's going to take self-confidence, it's going to take courage and strength to remove that negativity from your life. And you don't have to be cruel or mean or rude or any of those things to simply remove something from your life that is causing you damage. It's as simple as refusing to allow that person or thing to continue causing you harm and putting you down and holding you back. It's as simple as that, as saying, no, you will not do this to me anymore. And if they have a problem with that, if they don't acknowledge the hurt that they've caused you, and they don't apologize and promise to stop, then you have the right to take that person from your life. To say goodbye, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to let you bring me down anymore. And it may be hard at first, but when you make that step, you will feel so much better. And that if there is that person or that thing in your life, and you remove it, it is one of the first steps you need to make to building your self-confidence. Because how can you build your self-confidence when someone or something is breaking it down every time you make a stride towards making it better? You can't. Okay, let's see what we have next. Okay, what, 3 more, guys. Next we have the moon. And the moon says, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. And for this one, I kind of dissected it and made kind of my own personal thing that I took from it, which I think everyone pretty much does with these things. And what I put is, everyone experiences anxiety. Find the source and rationalize. Worries normally stem from unreal or irrational concerns. So, although sometimes maybe you're worried about an exam and everybody has, some anxiety about things that they know they have to get done, they have to get a good grade on, or anything like that. Everybody has that kind of anxiety, but what's important is to realize, to be able to sit down and analyze your anxiety. And this actually will help you, decrease your anxiety as well. Sit down and think, what am I anxious about? Is this rational? Is this honestly rational? Does this serve me any purpose to be anxious about? Sit down and rationalize your anxiety. Find out if it is rational or if it's irrational. And most of the time it will be irrational. And if you find that it is, try to say to yourself, this serves no purpose for me to be like this right now. This serves no purpose to be anxious. This is not going to help me. Try to do that. Okay. And now it says, another thing I wrote down, it said, your greatest insights that you will have in this time will be about yourself. And your greatest insights. Never mind, I just said that. It said awaken to truths about yourself. Sometimes it's good to sit down and realize the truth of the situations in your life. What really is the truth? Because sometimes we get it in our head that something so awful and irrational is the truth when it really isn't. Find out what's true about you that's causing certain things to happen, or to not happen. What is it, and what do you need to fix, and what can't you fix? What is out of your control? Okay. And now we have Queen of Earth. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So, Queen of Earth. So, enjoy time with other people. This is something, if you're dealing with, I've said it a million times, anxiety and depression, you know that sometimes it's hard to want to be around other people, because sometimes you just want to kind of spiral into yourself and just be by yourself and just be in solitude and deal with it all on your own. And sometimes you need time on your own. Sometimes you need to deal with it, yourself. But I have found that you need at least some time to be around your friends, to be outside, to be doing something that makes you take your mind off the issues at hand. And you need to just have some fun sometimes. You need to be with your friends, because your friends can take your mind off of issues you're having, maybe with yourself or with the stress in your life. So make time for those around you. Sometimes focusing on other people's problems and helping them and being there for them and just showing them love and compassion can really help you find out some things about yourself, take some of your own advice. It really can help, and I've had experience with this, helping other people helps me feel better, and I know I'm not the only one. So, deal with things in a kind and understanding manner, although it's hard sometimes when you're just irritated and anxious. Take a deep breath and just try to understand the situation, why it's happening, how it's going to benefit you, and just try to be understanding. Okay, last one.